Welcome to Two Mics, One Mac. I'm your host, Ben Spear, with my boy, Sam.
Hello.
And guess we're going to start off how we start off every time. What's new with you, Sam? What's good?
As always, not a lot. I'm playing Apex Legends now. It's pretty fun, but
I love it. I never played it, but it looked like shitty Overwatch, so I'm like, I'm good.
It's Battle Royale Titanfall, actually, but yeah, basically.
Battle Royale Titanfall?
Yeah, without.
Why don't they just make Titanfall Battle Royale then?
Because Titanfall didn't do well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they were great games, but they didn't sell well.
I mean, I guess. I still am at the notion that the best Battle Royale game is musical chairs. And I will defend that argument until the day I die.
Okay, then.
Are you telling me that it's not Battle Royale? Musical
No, it
chairs.
is.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Anyway, where were we?
How's your sign collection going?
The wet floor signs that I've been collecting? Funny you mentioned that. So, for those of you who don't know or are just tuning in, basically the idea, what I've been doing is that, okay, so it started off with one wet floor sign because I thought it'd be cool to have, because it's a wet floor sign that I could just keep in my room. And so then my AC broke. And so as a microaggression towards my college that I'm in, I stole another wet floor sign, to get back at the system and everything like that. But now I have two wet floor signs, and it's super weird just to have two. So I stole a third one, so that way I could say it's a collection. And I don't feel so bad anymore about it being a collection. And so I can't say I have a collection with only three. So I stole a fourth one, so that way I could say that it is a legitimate collection. But now I've stolen 4 wet floor signs, and so far, literally no one has said anything about this. So now I'm like, okay, I wonder how many I could take without anyone saying anything. So now at number 22, I've come to the realization...
What?
Yeah, now at number 22, I've come to the realization that no one's really going to do anything about this.
Bennett, you should give everyone a wet floor sign for Christmas.
I mean, it's like the first one, it'd be really weird, And then the second one opens something from me, and they're like, wait, another wet floor sign?
They're all different sized.
Yeah. Bennett, you didn't give everyone wet floor signs, did you? And then the third one opens his gift, and it's another wet floor sign. And now they're thinking, okay, Bennett definitely got everyone wet floor signs. And then after number 22, they're like, Bennett, you cheap motherfucker. You couldn't have thought of anything besides these fucking wet floor signs? And I'm like, yes. So.
You know what? Wet floors are dangerous. It's important to make sure you know what's wet.
No, I started to feel bad about it because I was passing by the custodian, and she's like, oh, be careful, it's wet there. I can't find my wet floor sign anywhere.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh, I wonder what could have happened.
Oh, no, what have you done?
I'm such a horrible human being. Remember, we titled the last episode, Bennett's a shithole to custodians? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am. I am a shithole. Or something like shithead or terrible human being. Uh-huh.
Anyway,
that's probably it.
You're the worst.
Yeah. So, I had number 23 in my hands, right? Mm-hmm. Which brings us back to, 2 days ago. I had number 23 in my hands, and I'm walking back to my dorm, all right? And there were two people. There were two people that were walking towards me in the street. One was a boy, and one was a girl. And the girl, she yelled at me. And she says, does that sign belong to you? In that, like that. Yeah. In that nasally ass voice.
Should have said yes.
No, I said, why? Because I don't give a shit. Why the fuck should she know what I have in my hands? I just said, why? Why? Why should I tell you? Right? I didn't say yes or no. So I'm not lying. Mm-hmm. I just said, why? So she responds, well, we're RAs, and we've been investigating where all the wet floor signs have been going.
Oh, my God.
So I'm like, oh, really? And she's like, yeah. So where did you get that sign exactly? And I'm like, the street.
Smooth
Dead ass.
operator.
I'm like, the street? And she's like, the street? And I'm like, weird, right?
God damn it.
What's even weirder is that the guy, he believed me. He was like, oh, the street. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Just found it laying face down on the ground. I don't know. Weirdest thing. Thought I'd just take it home. And she's like, well, it probably belongs to one of the dorms. And I'm like, probably. But I'm not just going to give up this shit, because a couple of RAs are calling me out
Just
on
because
it.
I almost got caught.
Yeah. And, clearly, by the way, I'm so expertly lying to these people.
Yeah, expertly is one way to phrase it.
I don't think I should give it to them, Because, I found it fair and square. It's the finders keepers policy. Damn it. Why should I give it to them?
Well, a few reasons.
Yeah, a few reasons, yeah. For one, I already have 22.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
that's the big one.
And so then, to really call me out, she's like, well, how about we take the guy? No, the guy was like this. He's like, well, how about we hold on to that? We could give it back to the proper location. And what am I going to do? Am I going to say no and just call myself out like that?
Yeah,
I'm not a fucking idiot.
Have to give it
Yeah.
up.
They're clearly, trying to bait me. I'm not a fucking idiot. So I'm like, fine, okay. And I just hand it to them. And they go off on their way. And they're like, okay. And they go off on their way. And I go back to my dorm. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe I should cut it out on sealing all these wet floor signs.
Maybe.
Maybe. Because I told myself I'd do it until, someone started to take notice.
And they did.
Someone took notice a while ago, too. Because they said, we're investigating, implying that it's ongoing.
Oh,
So,
God. Okay, so there's gotta be a prank you can pull with 22 wet floor signs, and I'm trying to think of it.
I've thought of a few ideas for this brainstorm. Number one, I wait till it rains, and then I just place them all in puddles across campus. That...
That'd be kind of funny, actually.
Yeah. Number two, I go to the duck pond, throw them all into the duck pond, and then leave. Because technically, the bottom of a pond is a wet floor.
That's not a great prank. No one's ever gonna notice that.
It's like these scientists years later are doing experiments on pH level or some shit in the pond, and then they discover all these wet floors. No, it's all the chemicals that are left over, or all the cleaning chemicals that are left over on the wet floor signs. Just there
Yeah.
that are just laced on it. And they're like, oh, for some reason the pH level's a lot lower in these duck ponds than what are normal. I wonder what could be the reason. And then they fish out 22 fucking wet floor signs. Worst part about it is that I left such a huge paper trail. I'm surprised I didn't get caught. Legitimately.
You left a paper trail?
Literally everybody fucking knows that I'm
Oh.
taking these wet floor signs. Literally everyone. I've been telling it at comedy bits. No one's doing shit about it. So, meaning that I don't think I'm leaving as big of an impact as I think I am, or these are just the shittiest fucking investigators that the school could find.
I mean, they're just RAs. It's not like
Yeah.
they called the police or detectives. They're just RAs. They're not supposed to be having to do this.
That's actually true. Yeah, that's probably true. I like to think the RAs think that they're investigators or some shit like that. Damn it! These wet floor signs going missing? And then it's an LA noir type of thing where they have they have that giant ass post-it board and they have the yard connecting faces with the yard. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, please don't. Okay. And they're smoking cigarettes and then they're wearing those weird detective out jackets And they're like, damn it! Where the fuck are they going? Timmy Two Shoes didn't know where they were. Damn it, you're right. Why couldn't we get a lead? Who's this Heisenberg character that we've been trying to look for?
Oh,
And I'm like, the Heisenberg of this scenario. It's like Breaking Bad, but shittier. I love it. Anyway, that's the update on that. There's really nothing else to add. You know, it's just now a matter of figuring out where they should go.
There's going to be a third update with whatever prank you pull with these.
There's going to be a third update as to like what I fucking decide to do with them. Worst comes to worst, I can just throw them down the stairwell and then just get them lost in time because no one fucking uses the stairs anymore. So I think I'm good.
It's true.
Yeah.
You could have you could when everyone's asleep, just put them all in the common area of one of the dorms.
Yeah,
Just
and then
on
like
various surfaces.
purposefully flood the common area so that way it's not lying.
Perfect.
Anyway.
All right. So there was another thing you wanted to talk about, and you seemed
Yeah.
pretty interested
Oh,
in
yeah.
it.
Do you know what the term farm to table means?
It means from the farm to your table.
Basically, like it has to do with food.
Yeah.
Okay? And I think it's pretty self-explanatory, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Because, like, the only times you hear that phrase is in context with food, right? Like, you go to a restaurant, and it's farm to table, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, so I wrote a whole bit about it. Because when you really think about it, is anything really farm to table? Because, like, all foods are farm to table when you really think about it. It's just, some of it took some extra steps along the way, you know? Like, let's take McDonald's. Disgusting, yes. Poison, yes. But farm to table, also yes. It just went through a factory along the way.
But
it went
will I
through
still eat it? Also, yes.
Yes. It's still farm to table. It just went to a slaughterhouse and then like the preservative factory and then boom, then it's at table.
Yeah. It has
Yeah.
to be processed.
Exactly. You know, that's all food, really. Campbell's soup, that's farm to table. Just got canned first. A Pop-Tart, that's farm to table. You know? Just about 99% of it is the in-between. You know, you're still going from point A to point B, so this term is kind of bullshit. Really. Even then, like, if it's actually farm to table, you know, you pick it from a carrot or, like, you slaughter the sheep or something, you know, it's still going through kitchen. You still, like, have to get... Like, no one's pulling it straight from the farm and putting it on the table. You have to put it through a kitchen first and, like, a cooking process. So, really, that's not even farm to table. That's more like farm to kitchen to table. So, why not just add a few more steps while you're at it? Is my point. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting thing to get tangential on.
No, you see what I'm talking about? I told this to a friend of mine, and she's like, what the fuck is farm to table? And I'm like, bitch, you can't understand shit that's pretty self-explanatory? I don't know. Pretty much like 99% of the people I told this to knew exactly what farm to table is. So.
Interesting.
Also,
Very interesting thing to get mad about. That's for sure.
Yeah. Also, what I learned is that if you tell someone that something is farm to table, they lose their fucking mind.
What?
Oh my god, it's farm to table? I feel so healthy. Oh my god. I can feel myself losing the weight. When really it's just bullshit.
They think it's just a longer form of natural.
Exactly. You know? As if they didn't put GMOs in the farm beforehand, you know? Like, just because it's straight from the farm doesn't make it healthy.
It's true.
You know what I mean? You can get butter straight from the farm, doesn't make that shit healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, Pop-Tarts are technically farm to table, and that's not healthy at all. So, But then again, who knows? Who knows?
I'm so interested to know why this meant so much to you that you wanted a whole section dedicated to farm to table.
Thought it'd be funny, for one. Thought it'd be funny if we implemented that into here.
Okay.
This has nothing to do with anything going on in my life,
It's just something you thought about.
Yeah, something I thought about, something I thought is important to share. And you know what? I don't regret it. I am glad we took out 5 minutes of our podcast just for this bullshit, and I'm proud of it. Anyway.
All right. Good for you.
Last time we talked, it was before spring break.
Yes, it was.
So, what'd you do over spring break?
Oh,
wait. We hung out. That's right.
Oh, yeah. First off, okay, so Sunday, the date.
Whatever. Yeah, the March something. Yeah.
The 17th, I think.
Uh-huh.
We got together at Harrison's basement and hung out.
Yes. Exciting stuff, as you could tell.
Truly.
Yeah.
You had to be there, which is a great thing to say on a podcast.
No, but what we did was that we played Jackbox Party, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what we didn't know was that it was set up for already custom answers, right? And so, when we started playing, someone set it up for My Little Pony questions.
Oh, God.
And we were completely confused, as 20-year-old men should be, as to why the fuck this pony shit is in my game, And it was weird answers, like something Rainbow Dash never expected. Something people would never expect from Rainbow Dash's personality or something stupid like that,
Jesus.
And so I put in her lust for goblin dick, which I think is I think that's a valid answer, honestly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so anyway, a bit off tangent, but we played custom Jackbox Party as a result, And so I don't know, I thought we had some pretty funny answers. Like I wrote the question Jesus's worst quality as a human being, which I think is a pretty good question, no matter how you answer that.
Wasn't Krishna's answer his skin color?
Yeah, Krishna's also brown, so I think he can.
I was gonna say Indian, but yeah, sure. He just.
So I think he could say that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's legal.
Yeah. I would put he liked sandals more than anything, which I think is a terrible quality in a human being, a quality of which I share. I love sandals.
What's wrong with you?
I know that's a horrible quality to like sandals.
Damn it,
but
Bennett, I'm gonna have to crucify you now.
I love it. I think it's the Arab side of me that just loves sandals. I don't. And legitimately, I genuinely think that's the reason. Even if you look at my foot, you could see that my foot is clearly evolved to wear sandals all the time. Because if you look at my foot...
Okay, so your argument here is that Arabs have a special shape of foot that makes them wear sandals? This is your argument?
Not just Arabs, more specifically me.
Okay.
And I blame it off my Arab lineage, because I've only seen Arabs with the same kind of foot shape.
Okay.
Bear with me. I'm not a creep. Bear with me.
You're getting closer.
Yeah, I'm getting closer to creepy looking at other people's feet, but I'm not a creep, okay? No, because if you look at my foot, okay, you'll notice that, there's a gap in between my big toe and my regular and the rest of my toes, okay? But the gap is only between where the sandal would go, okay? So, you understand?
I guess?
Where that little, string that attaches the sole of the sandal to the rest of the sandal?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where the gap of my toes is, okay? And then, the top of my index toe just kind of bumps back in to my big toe.
I think that's just how
So
feet work.
no. Some people like they don't have that. Okay, it's just like big toe, and some people like it's just straight gap. Okay, and then some people like their index toes and their big toes are just like squished together. Okay, but for me, like I'm adapted for that shit. Also, the rest of my toes are at an incline. Okay, so like my big toe is the biggest, then my index toe is the second biggest, then my middle toe is the third biggest, and like it just goes down like that. Okay, where some people have some toes bigger than others, out of order. Okay, whereas my toes just kind of like fit. How weird did this conversation get just now? Like,
I'm debating whether or not to cut it.
this is so stupid. I think this is like top 10 dumbest moments of our podcast.
I'm
Oh, well.
legit debating whether or not to cut it, but we'll run
Please. Okay.
with it. If you
I like how we know this is material that needs to be cut,
and yet
but
we're not going to.
Yeah, we're still not going to.
Man, this
Knowing
podcast would be
fu-
better if we got rid of this section. Let's leave it in.
Oh, it would be, yeah. It's kind of shit. Not gonna lie.
All right, so I'm gonna move on
Yeah.
to.
What else you do?
We hung
over
out
spring
on
break?
Sunday,
Right.
and then I got on a plane and went for a fly, and was in Missouri
Uh-huh.
with my dad's side of the family, my dad, my
How'd that
grandma,
go?
etc. It was great. I had a lot of fun. None of them knew what Jackbox Party Pack was, so I got to teach them that.
Oh.
None of them had ever heard of it.
Oh. How'd that go? Did you use
went
custom
fine.
answers?
No, what? No. Why would I even?
I don't know. See if they'd answer with, I don't know, sandals. I don't know.
But yeah, no, none of them had ever heard of it, so I got to show them what that is. And honestly, it was just a lot of hanging out with my family and catching up. And
Well, that's always
playing
the best,
Pool with my dad because apparently I play pool now.
Are you good?
Haha, nope.
It's always nice bonding with family again.
Mhm.
Yeah. Over spring break, I bonded with family too. It was my grandpa's 80th birthday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I am surprised he made it to 80. Not going to lie. I felt like this was much less like a celebration of his 80th, as so much as more a celebration of him making it this far. Because he is not a healthy human being, let me tell you. Like, and it's like completely his fault too. He downs alcohol. Like, you can't even be like it's health. No, it's his own fault that he's like this.
God.
Do you know the man drinks like a horse alcohol? Like, he just downs that shit and he's fine. Blows my mind away. He's a fucking legend. As you can tell, this 80th was a fucking rager. So I had a pretty decent time.
That's good.
Yeah. I just talked to my aunt, I talked about her. I crashed her wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I talked about her on this podcast.
Yeah.
I crashed her wedding, and she was cool with it, but I knew she wasn't. But she's cool with it. Other than that, like other than the 80th and like going around Cleveland, Ohio, yeah,
was
not
Cleveland?
much. Cleveland is exactly what you'd expect it to be.
From the Cleveland tourism video.
Explain that to our viewers who don't know what you're.
Oh, it's just it's a hastily made Cleveland tourism video that's just
That's the title.
a minute and a half song about Cleveland. And it's
And,
absolutely
like,
great.
And it's completely true too.
Yeah.
Like the lyrics of that: "See our river that catches on fire. It's so polluted that all our fish have AIDS." And then like, that's true. The river did catch on fire twice. It
Yep.
happened twice. First time you'd think, "Oh, that's a mistake," but second time, that's on you, Cleveland.
Cleveland can't even get a decent football team.
They might do better
That's true.
because they just got my man Odell Beckham Jr.
OBJ.
Also, what's his name? Retired.
Gronk.
Rob Gronkowski retired at the age of 30. And I'm really pissed off that he has the ability to retire at the age of 30.
Well, you should have gotten swole and played football.
I should, but he's kind of like a fuckboy, so I'm really disappointed.
That's just the jealousy talking.
It is the jealousy. It's completely the jealousy.
God.
But have you ever heard any interview with Rob Gronkowski?
No, but I did see him in that Tide Pod commercial.
Oh my
Where he told
god.
us not to eat the Tide Pods.
Rob Gronkowski is the literal definition of a meathead. Like, you know how people always joke about that shit?
Mm-hmm.
You know, where it's like, oh, he knows nothing. You know, he's just, all he does is like muscles and sports and fucking exercise, and he doesn't know anything legitimate. That's him. So, who knows? I don't know. I'm just completely jealous. So yeah, fuck Rob Gronkowski because I'm
Sure.
jealous. Yeah. I'm jealous of Rob Gronkowski.
Clearly.
Cool. So, anyway, other than that, before I went to Cleveland, I went and worked with my dad for a little bit.
Nice.
My stepdad, and he is a transportation and labor lawyer, and he set up a meeting where he got the freight rail and passenger rail to come together in a conference because, see, this is stupid because this is never going to help me in life ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But I learned way more about trains in 2 days than most people have in their life. Like, this is how sad this shit is, you know, of how much I learned. Apparently, there's a great train debate among freight rail and passenger rail.
Excuse me?
I know. Isn't this fucking weird?
Over what?
Yeah. Okay. So basically, with the exception of the Northeast Corridor, passenger rail and freight rail shared the same freight lines. Okay. Passenger rail uses the rail lines owned by freight rail. Okay.
Right.
With the exception of the Northeast Corridor, which is the area roughly between D.C. and Boston. Okay.
Okay.
That area of the United States.
I'm with
And along with that, there's a law in place that states that passenger rail always gets priority over freight rail when moving from place to place. Okay?
Interesting.
Yes. And freight rail's really pissed about that because if you notice, passenger rail doesn't actually make any money. In fact,
yeah.
no one uses passenger rail with the exception of the Northeast Corridor where people actually use trains, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They don't make any money. And so freight rail's getting really pissed because they're like, why should we give them priority if they're not making any money? And on top of that, they're always delayed, passenger rail.
Oh, yeah.
So that delays freight rail up too. So yeah, they're super pissed about that. And Amtrak doesn't want that to happen. Or Amtrak's the big guy, but like it's all passenger rail in general.
Mm-hmm.
So
Wow.
I know. See how much bullshit I learned? I never need this information. I'm never going to use this info.
I've never
But
heard
shit.
something I cared less about.
I know, right? Shit, there are genuinely people in this world over the age of 6 who care about trains. These people exist in the world. That alone blew my mind.
Yeah, no, trains are big.
Yeah, because there's a certain point in your life when you realize that train engineer isn't as good of a job as you think.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah. Or not. I'm sure they're paid a lot, but like because of like unions or some shit, you know? But like I'm like 90% sure no one wants to be a train engineer. No one thinks about that. No one wants to
there
do
are
that.
train watchers. I think there are enough people who want to be train engineers to have train engineers.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. Honestly,
Train simulator exists.
Yeah. Also, what I learned is that apparently, in terms of freight rail, we're number 1 in the world, United States.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So next time someone comes to you of how America's not the shit, and like they're no longer number 1, you can be like, "Oh yeah, motherfucker, freight rail, bitch," and then you just leave the argument because no one's gonna come to an argument thinking you're gonna lay that piece of factoid.
I don't have freight rail information for Europe. I can't compete.
Yeah, I don't like. No one comes to an argument with that debate in mind. You know, we're number one in freight rail. What now, bitch? And then you're like, what? Yeah, you want to call America not number one? Fuck you, Europe. Ha! And then you like throw that to the wayside.
And then walk away before he brings up something actually like relevant.
Yeah, relevant. You know, like free healthcare or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
All right. So
you're
so all you did for spring break was trains and your grandfather's 80th birthday.
yeah. And then I drove back to college. I had to drive through
Oh,
West
right, right.
Virginia to do it. Yeah.
How's the drive? Do you like doing the long drives or no? Because some people do.
So I'm fine with long drives, so long as I'm the one driving.
That's fair.
Does that make any sense? Like the reason why is because then I feel like I'm actually doing something, you know, as opposed to just me sitting around not.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Yeah. I mean, granted, like I'm more free to use like Spotify or something, you know.
Yeah.
Like, how often am I gonna really like switch through music? You know, I already have a large enough playlist to the point where I don't really need to care. You know, so I think I'm good. I really think I'm good.
That's good.
I had to drive through West Virginia. Never
Country
seen
roads.
more. Yeah, never seen more roadkill on those country roads than in my entire life. They are like they weren't lying when they were saying country roads. That shit is country. Like, do you know how much fucking roadkill is on the drive down 73 in West Virginia?
How much?
Oh my god! Literally every 15 minutes, I was passing another piece of roadkill. Sometimes it ranged from
Jesus.
like chipmunk to deer to like coyote, and like it was amazing. You know that alone, you know, really made the trip to West Virginia.
The roadkill.
Wait, so yeah, just because I was completely amazed as to how people let this shit happen. So
Gave you something to think about.
yeah. Also drove through Charleston, and it's exactly what I expected it to be. Like big enough.
Big enough.
Yeah. You never like you know when you see a city and you're like this is exact expected the city to be. It's a humbling feeling, you know, and that's Charleston, West Virginia, you know?
Nice.
It's enough, you know? And I'm proud of that.
What a description. What an amazing description of a town.
Yeah. Charleston, West Virginia, baby. Oh my god. Apparently there's a lot of gambling that goes on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't blame him. There's nothing else to do.
Yeah, no, that's
So.
understandable.
Yeah.
So
Ruin your life. Just roll the dice.
if you're in West Virginia, your life's already been
Not
yeah.
the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not to throw shade on West Virginia, but it's not a good state.
I don't care. You know, what I really love about living in is that no matter where you go, Nova, like backwoods of wherever.
That bullshit
Like,
southwestern bit.
yeah.
no one
Southwest,
likes.
you know? I like the Southwest.
Okay.
I live here, so I have to say that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like the Tidewater, you know, that little peninsula that everyone forgets about.
Yeah.
You know, no matter where you go in Virginia, what I really love is that we can all come together and equally shit on West Virginia as
Sucks.
as a group. We could all just look at them and be like, "Ha! Sucks to be you."
I mean, it does. West
It
Virginia
does.
sucks.
Oh well,
Whatever. All right.
whatever. I
So
don't.
I did want to mention one thing I did in Missouri. I did some escape
What?
rooms. Have you ever done an escape room?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so they're super fun, and we should definitely try and do one, like, whenever you all have a break and are
Okay.
in the same area, because they're super
Yeah.
fun. But essentially, escape rooms are, you go into a room, and you're, quote, locked in. You can leave whenever you want, but you're locked in, and have an hour to solve a bunch of puzzles to find your way out and
Okay.
complete a task. So, like, one of the ones I did was a vampire one, where we had to So we had to solve puzzles to find the vampire's coffin, grab the vial of blood from it, and then leave. And we had an hour to do that, and it was very fun.
Okay.
There were puzzles like there are a lot of locks that you have to find keys for or combos for, and
Were
clues
you
like pictures or riddles.
were you good at it?
Oh, we did pretty good on that one. The other one we did was a secret agent one that required computers, and we finished that in like 58 minutes.
Oh my god.
It was really close because that was a hard one, but it was so much fun. And
I can imagine.
yeah, and the one we go to is super awesome because we're basically in this room, and we solved a puzzle, and it opened a secret door.
Oh,
Yeah, no, we were in one room, and then it opened into a second room, which led us to the third room where the actual coffin was. It was dope.
I feel like I get really claustrophobic if I were to do something like that, to be honest.
Well, it's not. Like, do you not like being in a room? It'd be like being in a large. It's just a large room.
No, I
Large-ish.
don't mind being in a room,
Yeah.
especially with others.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. I feel like with a bunch of people, it'd be a lot smaller than it actually is, you know?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah.
I never done it, so I wouldn't know, you know?
I highly recommend we all do one because I absolutely love them. They're so much fun.
Oh, that'd be good.
And
Content for our podcast. I
yeah,
love it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And one of the things or at least the place that I went to in Missouri does, is there's just a button next to the door that you can press to leave if you need to, like, take a call or go to the bathroom or whatever.
Wait, then
Like,
what's the point of the...
the point of the room is not to escape a locked room. They're not going to lock you in a room until you solve a puzzle for an hour.
No, you know what? I prefer that.
Okay, well, you're
Honestly.
probably not going to get it. What you are going to get is an hour-long puzzle, fun escape thing.
No, I want
With the
a
story.
I want a hostage situation, okay? Where it's like Saw, and the only way out is to use my fucking wit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, but instead of that, but if we can't find that, we should do a normal escape room. And honestly, that was just Missouri. I don't know how they do it anywhere
I'm
near here.
sure I'm sure there's some in DC
Oh
or
yeah,
wherever, you know?
but I don't know like quality slash like policies. But
I'm
I
sure they're
imagine they
basically
should
the
be
same.
good.
Yeah, I'm sure they're basically the same, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
different
Yeah.
rooms obviously, but
Obviously, yeah, but like who knows?
yeah, I saw one somewhere in Virginia that had like VR.
VR?
That was like that had a VR component.
Yo, you're going to run into a wall if you do VR in an escape room.
Probably, but that's part of the fun.
Yeah.
Just headbutt a wall. Ah, you solved the first puzzle.
You complete idiot.
So
Well, I
escape
saw-
rooms hella fun. So what are
Yeah.
you gonna say?
Also over spring break, I saw a bunch of movies.
Oh, like what?
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I saw that too before I left.
Oh, what'd you think of it?
I thought it was a really good movie.
Really?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Mm,
Did you not like it?
I thought it was average.
Mm.
I thought, like, I don't know. I went into the movie thinking it was going to be average, and then it was average. And you know what? I liked it because I knew exactly what I was getting, you know? And
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I think that the acting was fine. You know, well, no, not even. Like, Samuel L. Jackson was great,
Yeah, as he always is, to be honest.
and the actors were just fine.
Mhm.
You know, Brie Larson was just kind of bad, I thought.
Really?
You know, I don't know. It's just because her character was kind of like all over the place. You know, one minute she's like making jokes and a smartass, and then the next minute she's kind of an asshole, actually. You know?
Mm, okay.
Um, um, and then I don't know. Like, plus, like, I thought it was kind of not predictable, but just kind of boring, you know? Like, it had all the elements of a Marvel movie, but it wasn't, you know, because it didn't go that extra mile that other Marvel movies do, you know?
How so? Because
Like,
I thought it was just fine, and they changed it from the comics where the shapeshifters are actually cool. In the comics, they were just generic bad guys.
I like those guys,
Mhm.
okay? No, because, like, I had a whole theory about that, and I'll get to that later. But, basically the I don't know. It's just I thought it was kind of like standard save the people, and then she destroys a whole fucking battle fleet, you know,
Hmm. Well,
and
she broke one, and then the rest just kind of left.
oh yeah, why would the rest leave? You
Because
know,
they just watched one of their ships get destroyed by
they
a
dead ass
girl.
just show up and then leave like 10 minutes later. I'd be like, I would stay at least a while, at least try.
I mean,
But they're like, nah, she's got titties. We out, and they just head out.
more like they
Because,
just watch. Well, here's the thing: you're a commander
yeah,
of a ship,
right.
and the ship to your right just had a woman go through it, and then it blew up. Are you really gonna stay and try and fight that
I'd try to hit the woman.
after you watched her punch through all your missiles
Shit, I'd try to hit her at least.
with the missile she's already punched out of the air?
I don't know. I don't know.
There's no I would fucking leave. I was like, hey, I'm not trying this.
Oh, but spoilers for Captain Marvel. Is it too late for that?
Nah.
Whatever. I hated the cat.
Oh, that
I
was
hate-
so weird.
I hated that cat. You know, and like Nick Fury gets his eye clawed out by a cat.
No.
My cat! He
was-
got
it
clawed by a cat!
It was not a real cat.
It's a cat! It's a fucking cat! He got clawed out by a cat!
It was an alien cat.
No, it's a cat! You can't. It's a cat. It's a fucking cat.
Okay.
He got clawed out by a cat. Who the fuck puts a cat that close to their eyes?
Everyone.
They made Nick
had a
Fury a
cat?
fucking idiot in this movie.
Have you had a cat? Because that's how you act to cats.
I don't know.
Like that.
I never
that's,
had a
that's
cat.
that's exactly how I have acted to my cats.
I still would
They're
not put it
adorable.
near my fucking face. It's a
That's
cat.
a cat I've had. I don't have one right now, but the cat I've had. And yeah,
know.
no, cat owners do that all the time.
No, but it doesn't matter because in the movie Winter Soldier, like it completely contradicts everything. Because in Winter Soldier, he's like, "Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye." And now we're at this movie, and apparently
he
it's a
trusted the
fucking
cat.
fucking cat. It's not even a person.
He trusted the cat.
So
That
Nick
actually
Fury-
makes that funny.
No, it makes him an idiot.
No,
It makes
that's-
him a complete.
That's how cat people hold cats sometimes. They hold them up to their face.
But it
That's a
still
thing
makes the-
that's real.
All right, fine, but it still makes him an idiot for getting his eye clawed out by a fucking cat.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not wrong.
Okay,
can argue-
sure.
You can argue with me about how people hold their felines, but like, I think it's dumb. I think it's incredibly stupid how that was handled.
Okay. Sure.
Am I wrong? It is.
Okay. No, I'm fine with that.
And then like they have the Tesseract, right?
Mhm.
And like Nick Fury like saw what it does, right? And how it does terrible. First of all, how to get there? Okay, because first it was like frozen in the tundra or some shit, and then like I guess the Nazis got it, and then I guess now the Americans got it.
No, the Tesseract. The Tesseract was frozen with Captain America, right? That's how that happened.
Right. Yeah.
I think it was recovered by the aliens. I forgot their name.
No, that wouldn't make sense
Why
because
not?
so they just leave Captain Marvel there, or Captain America there, and they just
yeah,
take.
They don't know who Captain America is. They just found a power source that they're going to take.
Okay.
They knew they detected the test. The doctor detected the Tesseract and just took the power source and brought it to her ship to study and science with.
Yeah, and then like Nick Fury saw them use like really dangerous weapons with that, right?
I think.
And then it's like, yeah, he saw the capabilities of what it does, right? And then immediately Nick Fury's like, oh shit, let's turn it into weapons. Even after seeing what happens when you turn that shit into weapons. Makes no sense. And then, like in Avengers, Black Widow has a throwaway line where it's like, they never prepared us for an alien invasion, all right? And like, it's implied in Captain Marvel that Nick Fury started the Avengers idea based off of Captain Marvel, right?
Yeah.
You know? So, meaning that if he didn't prepare anyone for alien invasions, that makes him an idiot or a dick or both.
I'm gonna guess that throwaway line was mostly uh, from her previous training before Shield
No, she meant
or
like
before,
that's what Shield is.
or
That's
not
what the
Shield,
con-
but whatever.
No, but that's what she meant. It was
Yeah,
like Shield never taught us to
yeah.
fight off these shit,
That's
fight
because
off
Shield was
aliens.
that's because Shield was first off lesson. That was just a separate project. I think she was a member of Shield in a different department before getting moved to the Avengers. So she was trained to actually work on people, and then just got put
Oh,
in the Avengers. It's like,
I
oh
don't know.
shit.
I'm still pissed. Okay, Sam, let me be mad.
No,
Let me be mad at this movie.
absolutely not. Because
Let me be
I
mad.
liked this movie.
I just thought it was average. I didn't think there was nothing in the movie that really stood out to me, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. Like what happened to this movie that was so cool I should rewatch it?
Huh.
Yeah. Nothing.
That doesn't really work on me because I don't rewatch movies ever. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Like you could look at other Marvel movies and point out shit that is amazing and like is worth rewatching.
Mm-hmm.
Like Civil War. What would you rewatch? What's the best part of that movie?
I would rewatch it to figure out what was actually happening.
The fucking airport fight.
Yeah,
You know, where they're
obviously.
fighting on the airport. Yeah. Or like in Infinity War, just the whole movie. There's so much shit in that movie that just everyone loves.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like I looked through 14 million realities, you know?
Yeah.
One of which Ant-Man crawled up Thanos' ass.
Stop. Immediate
It's
stop.
very possible that if he looked at 14 million realities, that's one of the realities he looked into.
Stop this.
I mean, I'm not wrong.
Stop it.
If it ends like that, I'll be okay. No. How they defeat Thanos. Stan Lee makes one final cameo up Thanos' ass. And then I'd like to think he does it like Porky Pig in Looney Tunes, where he like stretches it out and he's like, did it, that's
What
all,
the
folks.
fuck?
And then he like closes it back up and Thanos explodes.
What the fuck?
I'd like that. That I'd like.
Okay. Sure.
How would you like Endgame to end its game?
I don't know. My plan is to go into Endgame without any expectations and just enjoy it.
My theory is that they all have that one moment solid punch in, you know, like Thor throws a hammer or Black Widow fires a pistol, you know? And then Iron Man, last scene, he's like, "You're going down, Tubby." And then he like fires a laser at his chest. Or no, at the head, because remember they should have aimed for the head.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm making predictions for this movie, for Endgame. Captain America's gonna die. Boom.
Oh yeah.
Prediction number one.
Yeah, because his contract's up, isn't it?
His contract's up. Boom. Chris Pratt, like, they're coming back, right? Because they're making Guardians 3.
Yeah.
So, like, they're coming back.
I think Captain America may be the only one to die. Maybe one other person.
I think a few people are going to die.
Maybe.
I think Thor might die.
I find that I don't think so.
I think so. Because, like, fucking Asgard's destroyed. Remember the, like,
Yeah, no,
genocide?
I remember.
There was a genocide, like, before the start of Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
They literally blew up the fucking boat. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. Mm-hmm.
I don't
So,
know.
like, what's left?
I still think he'll live.
What else? Who else is gonna die? Hawkeye, because no one gives a shit. Black Widow, because Black Widow, no, she's gonna live, because she might get her own movie. Black Panther's
I
gonna
think
live.
Hawkeye's gonna live.
Black Panther's gonna live because he's a fucking cash cow.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You
War
just
Machine. I'm just going
Going
down
down
the list.
thinking, you die, you're fine.
Ant-Man might live.
Ant-Man probably will.
Yeah. The Wasp is gonna live.
Mm-hmm.
I think the big one is Captain America. I think he's gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe War Machine.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's a big maybe. I don't know.
Spider-Man's gonna live.
Well, yeah, he has a movie.
So yeah, those are my predictions for that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I have nothing else to add to Avengers. I just am hyped for it.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm going in without expectations to just enjoy it.
Yeah, with that, we'll do a podcast about it when it comes
Oh yeah,
out.
for sure.
Yeah.
As we always do.
Anyway,
All right.
that's all I have to talk about.
Yeah,
honestly,
there was one other movie that you really wanted to talk about. You had a Hotel for Dogs rant, I believe.
oh my God, Hotel for Dogs. So, I've only cried during one movie, and that's true, and that's the movie Hotel for Dogs.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so Hotel for Dogs is a movie where former Disney Channel star Jake T. Austin and some other bitch find an abandoned hotel, and they take in all the stray dogs to live in this hotel, and they've been taking care of these dogs in the hotel. It's been like a solid 10 years since I've seen this movie,
Mm-hmm.
or longer. I don't remember. But, like, I started thinking about it. And, like, don't bullshit me about whether it's a good movie or not. They found the dogs a home, Sam. They got a home for the dogs.
I know.
The dogs got a home.
I know.
They're in a home. They got home.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so I looked into it. There are over 70 dogs in the movie Hotel for Dogs. Okay? That means that prior to the events of this movie, there were 70 stray dogs in this neighborhood, and no one did shit about it. No one did anything. And like in the movie, they try to imply that all these stray dogs are from around the city, but you know that's bullshit. No dog has that level of networking. No one. The most dogs my dog knows are the dogs across the fence, and that's it. Bullshit. Fucking going around like fucking Dior, just like making connections and shit. That's bullshit. Okay? And no one did anything in this neighborhood about 70 dogs. 70 dogs.
That's a lot of fucking dogs.
That's a lot of stray dogs to have in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
70 of anything is a concerning amount of things. Okay? There could be 70 people in your neighborhood, and you'd be like, where did these people come from? This is interesting. 70
Fascinating.
anything is a concerning. If you had 70 pairs of shoes, people would be like, yo, you might want to do something about this. 70 dogs.
Right.
That means people every day get up, go downstairs, leave their house, pass by 70 dogs, go to work, come back and pass the 70 dogs again and go back, and they're like, nothing bad here. This seems all in order.
There's nothing suspicious about this.
Nothing suspicious. You have no problems. I can guarantee you. Ever been into a house with 2 dogs? That shit's fucking bananas. They, like, you hear, like, something happens. Okay, one dog goes, and that makes the other fucking dog go, and then they're barking back and forth. And then you're like, what the fuck? What happened? It's just a doorbell. God, this is bullshit. Now, imagine 70 of that.
Oh boy.
And they're also howling at night.
Oh yeah.
This is the most bullshit part of the movie. It took me out of it completely. I was like, there's no way no one would notice. 70 dogs. Anyway, that's my rant. I have nothing to add. It's just more...
Just the whole movie's unrealistic took me right out of the movie. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Also, I
yeah,
cried.
just a slight criticism over a perfect movie.
Yeah.
over an otherwise perfect movie. Just a slight criticism.
Okay.
Anyway, that's all I have to say.
All right.
If you like our podcast, please subscribe. I need it. Give us a like. Share us.
Most importantly, comment though, because we need
Comment.
more things to talk about. I
Yeah,
don't do
give a
anything
sh-
with my life.
Come on, Sam, do something.
No.
Okay. So yeah, leave us a comment. Try things. Also share us around. And yeah, that's, hope you guys have a lovely day or night. Yeah. All right. Peace out, guys.